Bonjour, bonsoir, dear friends. Welcome to JCB Live. Guess where I am? It's a fabulous bar. It's one of the most amazing in Napa Valley within the Archer Hotel, Sky Vines. You have an amazing view, an incredible bar, the best mixologist in Napa Valley, and the best food and wine man in the heart of Napa Valley. His name is Peter. He runs the show. He's incredible, he's charming. Ladies, he's very sexy too. And you cannot wait to come, because when you come, he welcomes you and makes it so special. So today, he welcomes us, and we're gonna have an amazing time enjoying bubbles, obviously some great cocktails with his mixologist Rafa, and naturally some amazing food as well with his chef. I have the fabulous Cara with me, which is always an incredible blessing, because as you all know, she's the expert of food and wine. So we're gonna make the magical noise, because that's when Peter actually comes. I'm gonna try to aim for one of the crystal chandeliers here, just to make sure my name is on it. Welcome, Peter!
Thank you, JC.
Great to see you. Thank you for having us.
We're excited to have you here at Sky Vine.
Well, so tell us, how has the latest month been in Napa Valley?
It's been really good. Napa's open, it's thriving. We've been really busy up here. Hotel's doing really well. Can't beat the views. It's a great spot to be in this fresh open air when you can't do much dining indoors right now.
That's for sure. So how many seats do you have over here open for business?
Little over 100. It's about 120 seats
Wow.
up here. And that's with half of our capacity. So
This is very cool. Well, let's have a toast
Cheers.
to this.
Yes.
So hotel fully open.
Hotel fully open, rooftop fully open, some great happenings throughout the week. We really want to feature things that excite the locals, keep the locals coming back to us, enjoying the views, and some approachable dishes. So we'd love to start off the week with $2 oysters on Monday.
$2, that's it?
$2, that's it.
Wow.
Up to 24 at a time. Best deal
Yes.
in-house, in the valley. And some great other things coming along the way as we continue on.
So this is amazing. Where do they come from? Is it the Pacific Northwest, or
Pacific
is it
Northwest.
locally here?
Pacific Northwest. Chef will speak to it a little bit later, but he pulls things from a little bit everywhere. We try to stay as local as possible, but you can't beat some East Coast oysters. So we do show our love for both coasts.
Of course. Well, it's America, one country, right?
Exactly.
But this is so cool. So Peter, you've built all those great themes every night, so it gives a reason for all of us to go out.
Correct. Any day of the week, you can come see us. Great deal.
And you're seeing a lot of people out.
A lot of people out.
Yeah.
You know,
It's important for everybody to know, when you think Napa Valley is closed, it's wide open. And Peter is the leader in Napa Valley with this unbelievable, incredible bar and view and great food and great cocktails. And you receive a lot of people outside of the state as well.
We do.
Staying
We
in the
do.
hotel.
Everybody from all over the country and other parts of the world as well. So everybody wants to come to Napa for some of their great wine, like JCB,
Thank you.
Buena, Vista, Raymond. So it's a great area.
Well, we got to have a toast
And an oyster.
to Napa Valley reopening.
Yes.
To your leadership, because dear friends, the goal of the JCB Live is to show you as well the very cool things to do when you come to Napa, and never think it's closed. We are open and ready to receive, to enjoy, to celebrate, to party, whatever the occasion, we are here for you. So look at that. So you know what I love to do? Can we dive in and
Yes,
try?
you can, of course.
Let me show you what I love to do.
Oh gosh.
What do you think of that, Karen?
It's one of my favorite things to do. So one of the perfect ideal pairings with your bubbles is oysters. It's pretty classic, bubbles and oysters, because you get that nice sense of minerality, you get that nice bit of brininess to it, which really counteracts with the bubbles. It just brings all those elements together, whether you have your accoutrements that go with it to dress it up. I like to also dress it with JCB 21 because it is perfect, or just keep it simple and keep it classic. And so that's why we like our classic bubbles, so they're classic pairing. I'm pretty sure everyone here can testify. I am here every Monday. I absolutely love bowls and oysters.
That is
and
true.
It's the best
So if you
love
want to
I can
meet
get.
Cara, come here on Monday.
I'm here, not to worry. but it definitely is something that it's a great accompaniment together. It's something that we really enjoy having together. So you can enjoy your classic bubbles and oysters with just a little bit of a lime spritz on there, or lemon spritz. It just helps bring all those elements together.
And Chardonnay Pinot, Burgundy grapes, there's nothing more balanced than this wine with oysters, whether they're small or big size. So here, Peter, you're favoring the smaller size, which happens to be my favorite. Explain us why.
A little sweeter. I think they actually go a little bit better with the JCB bubbles. A little bit more acidity to them. Kind of a buttery note.
Yeah.
Easier to eat. They're a little bit more approachable for the guests. Not as large. Can take it right out of the shell. And as JCB does, puts it right on top of the oyster. So helps it slide out of the shell.
Hey, I hear, Peter, you come around the table and feed every.
Well, let's not go too far now.
With the
We're not
oysters.
giving falsities here. Otherwise, I won't ever leave this place.
Well, you have a long arm, so
exactly.
6 feet
Very
works.
true. Very true. Very true.
So tell us about what you serve them with. What's your favorite?
Little house-made cocktail sauce, little mignonette with the JCB, and a little horseradish cream.
Ooh,
So
horseradish
personally,
as well.
I like to squeeze a little lemon across all of them. Little horseradish, little cocktail sauce. Depends on what mood I'm in. Splash of JCB or a splash of the mignonette, and down the hatch.
Love it. So mignonette is basically little onions cut very small.
Vinegar, champagne, and shallots. is
Shallots.
Traditional.
I love it. This is a traditional mignonette, and by the way, I have vinegar every morning.
Apple
My
cider
grandmother,
vinegar?
just a little balsamic or vinegar we actually make before coffee, just to get your
Cleanse
body.
the system.
Do you do the same?
I used to do apple cider vinegar.
Very good for you as well. So a little mignonette every morning would be a good idea.
I just stick to JCB bubbles every morning.
Oh, even
Nothing wrong with that either.
It works
Before
all the
you
same.
brush your teeth or after?
No, I was like, you gotta do it before. It's like, you have that
Or
brush.
with.
Before you kiss your boyfriend, Peter, or not?
Oh, well, we keep those kind of secrets to ourselves.
So we won't say too much today, but we're about to unveil some of the secrets of Napa Valley tonight.
Oh, yes.
Well, I'm so excited that we have such a great dish. Nothing better than oysters.
Oysters and bubbles.
So Monday night, $2 an oyster, and
And you have
beautiful
that,
accoutrement.
your hours, so
3 to 11.
3 to 11. So you can come on in from 3 to
3 to
11 on
11.
Monday. So then the next happenings that we have is actually going to be our Tiki Tuesday, another favorite night of mine.
Ooh.
So I think we'll end up.
I'm gonna, before we move away.
Oh, of course. So great.
Delicious.
Frighteningly terrific. Phenomenal. I put a lot of mignonette. But
I can tell because your eyes are watering a little bit there.
of excitement. So now we're back at the bar with fabulous Rafa, one of the best mixologists Napa Valley has never seen and ever seen. You could see the beautiful roots on his
I like
muscle.
pineapples.
I like actually that tattoo.
Thank you.
Look at this. This is the root, the essence of Mother Nature.
It comes with the territory as far as being a bartender.
Absolutely.
I think tattoos are a must.
Hey, how do you work out those very nice muscles?
Just, daily mornings, just a lot of drinking. The more ounces, the better. The higher it goes, the better it feels. It's just, you gotta take it easy with that. But yeah. We love to do it.
Well, I could tell. And there's a great theme. So today the theme is...
Got a little gin here today. So typically when we're going into the tiki aspect, you hear about a lot of rum, so every now and then bourbon, but rum is mostly your dominant sort of flavor profile in there. Today we're going to go with a little bit of gin. We want to switch it up. We want to make sure that tiki's not just one-dimensional. It goes everywhere with it. So we're going to start with a little bit of this beautiful. Where's this JCB? Have you heard of them?
I never, but tell me more.
They're
Tell me
pretty
more.
good. I mean, nice, aromatic, good gin. Works with what we're going to make today, which is a Saturn. So, typical cocktail, one of the reasons it's called Saturn is funny thing enough, you use a little orgeat in there.
Oh,
Over the
orgeat. I
time-
never see that in the U.S.
Yeah,
This is great.
over time, little orgeat, once it settles, it breaks. So
Yeah.
typically, you serve it in a coupe glass. You'll see this nice little foam ring. That's the Saturn. So we're going to go a little orgeat in there.
You get me very excited as a Frenchman. As a syrup, when you're a child, you add water to it. You put a little syrup of orgeat at the base, and you add water.
Yeah.
And it was one of my favorite as a child.
And it's great. It's underrated.
Underrated, never seen in the US, so glad you're bringing this back.
So we also put a little bit of lime juice in there, a little bit of passion fruit syrup. That's what's going to really give you your tikiness approach to it, which also gives it a great color as well.
Wow.
And falernum. So falernum is a almond sort of liqueur as well,
Okay.
which if you want to dip your finger in there,
Yeah,
give that a
oh,
try.
well.
Well,
Not my tongue, my finger.
there you go.
And you go back to the shirt, JC.
Like goes with the shirt.
We encourage all of our staff on Tuesdays to celebrate Tiki Tuesday, so we encourage them to bring out their most brightest Tiki shirt
I
on
think it's
Tuesday nights.
awesome. So if I come and apply for a job on Tuesday, I'll get a shirt?
We'll hire you just for that day.
Oh, awesome. You may see me on Tuesday.
So we put
I
that
love this. So you make
in our
this
program.
yourself, of course.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
your
we
own
make it in-house.
concoction.
Yeah, we make it in-house.
Karen, did you try it?
But I will.
Just a little finger. Huh? You can choose which one, but
Well,
it
you
tastes
know,
the same whichever five you
typically
choose.
we'll top
I think the
it,
pinky oysters
put a
are
little
better.
straw in there, but since you're here today, we're gonna
Oh,
we're
so
gonna
you
go,
serve it that way?
we're gonna go a little big. JC.
Gorgeous.
I mean, I've heard that you like colors and
I love
you like.
Hey, look at this
So,
piece of art.
We're gonna keep going and keep going and keep going, and then to really, you know, in the sort of sake of LeBron, kind of like dip that, make that a little, you know, all of it. Let's just go big.
Rafa is celebrating.
Give you a straw there, give you that little taste.
Wow, can I try?
That's all.
Please.
Well, we need to get 3 straws because you all should try.
Oh,
But
there we go, right over there.
mmm,
JC,
Wow.
while I'm getting straws, I want to bring in our
incredible
chef
balance.
Oh yeah.
Fabulous balance. Very well structured with the sugar, not too much. And I love cocktails, but I don't like too much sugar personally. And you feel the gin in the back end. I think, well, I'm going to let Kara, she's the expert. Tell us all about it.
Oh goodness. Oh, it's gonna be hard to read.
Isn't it gorgeous too? You really have a great presentation.
The aesthetics portion to all tiki cocktails is just as important as a cocktail, so.
I know.
and the mugs that it comes in.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I like that one, but I love this. I mean,
this guy's got a
butt out,
cute
you
little.
know, don't be a butt about it here, okay, all right?
well, he gets excited, you know, with shapes and sculptures.
Oh, don't we all?
It's very true. I know, and I love the flavor complexity to it, and I think it adds a lot of dimension and depth, and the fact that it's still tiki, but Jen makes it very, very unique. And so it's not your atypical style tiki drink, but it definitely holds true to the persona of what is tiki, and it almost has like those baking spices to it. It kind of warms you up inside, and so it has all of those flavor components that you get from a tiki cocktail, perfect for the transition of the season. And so I love that.
Well, and bringing gin instead of rum,
Yeah.
I think it's
Brilliant.
brilliant.
Well, the beauty of that is usually you can only almost have 2 tiki drinks for the same reason you said the sugar aspect.
Yeah.
This one, 3, 4, 5. I mean, that's not the business in the topping. That's just the celebration aspect.
Well, as long as you have good food
As
with
long
the
as
balance
Of
of it.
course.
So we have the great chef of the hotel, the Archer, and the bar, the phenomenal Sky Vine. So, chef, how are you?
Very good. How are you?
Wow, fantastic. We loved your oysters.
Thank you.
And thank you with your mignonette with a little 21 in it. That great crispiness, vibrancy to it. So what do we have here that you recommend on Tuesday?
So on Tuesday, to go with the tiki pairing, we like to feature our New England style crab cake sandwich. We do it with the citrus aioli, arugula, tomato, and we make our own in-house potato chips with a little bit of Old Bay spice.
Ooh.
A little New England East Coast action there. So
Explain the background. Everybody needs to know that Chef is from the New England area,
I'm
so he
originally
likes
from
to
New
put a little
Hampshire, so-
spice into.
Oh, great.
Bring a little New England to the
The
West
two
Coast.
coasts.
Yep.
Right.
As Thomas Jefferson said in the old days, you know, and we just celebrated the anniversary of California, September 9, joining the Union, you know, in 1850. We will be one country when we go from one coast to the other. So you bring both coasts together.
try to.
I
A
love
little
it.
bit of New England and wine country.
I could see that with the oysters as well. Yeah, so the crab cakes.
Yep.
And you make your own buns, I'm sure.
Right now we do.
That's
Before,
amazing.
when we get to scale, once we finally reopen, the production's a little bit heavier than that, but we try to do everything
Well,
in-house.
this is exciting. I mean, your own chips. Karen, you're going to have to try the chips and
I'm
tell
gonna,
us
well,
what
I'm
you
gonna touch
think.
it. Of course.
Peter, you got to.
Well, and you know, there's
quality
he
control.
didn't tell you.
Yeah,
He
I
didn't,
see.
he didn't tell you what's on the chip because, of course, it's the staple of the New England area. Old Bay.
Old Bay seasoning.
What is
Excellent.
on the top of the chips?
It's Old Bay,
Old Bay seasoning. It's a mixture of different spices. It's probably like 15 different ingredients in it, but it'll go really well with a cocktail. As you can see, the spiciness and all the
Actually
paprika.
goes nice with the tiki drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Made
the
to
combination
pair.
is
Very made
amazing.
to pair.
And
Perfect
a
compliment.
crab cake, you know, so to speak, burger is a great idea. Because, you know, we sometimes want to get away from just meat all the time. And I think it's a great idea. So the crab comes from the East Coast again?
We actually get it here from California.
Oh, we do? Where about?
To be specific, I think it's over in Bodega Bay area.
Great.
But it's not a generalized, I guess you could say, farm or anything where we're getting it from. So
And what's your unique twist as you make your crab cake?
it's the citrus aioli more than anything. We do lemon, lime, and orange zest in our own aioli in-house, and it just brightens up the entire dish. So
Well, that's amazing. So now you're going to come to the Archer Hotel on Monday. You're going to come on Tuesday. But I
And then we
understand...
go into Wednesday.
And then,
Yeah.
that's the next day of the week. So we'll book a room, and we're just going to stay here and just come up. Isn't it
Awesome.
easy?
A whole week of happenings.
So what's on Wednesday?
Frankie's Hot Wings.
Woo!
Specific to Chef Frankie here in-house. We do dollar wings on Wednesday with his own hot wing recipe.
Well, shall we... Do you want to give us a taste?
Yeah, let's
We are ready.
Excellent.
So I've been spending 2 nights already. This is the 3rd night now. We are Wednesday, and guess what is on Wednesday?
it's Wings Wednesday.
Wings Wednesday.
Dollar a wing.
$1 wing.
Yeah.
Dollar
So
a
they
wing.
look very nicely, beautiful color matching the carrots. What is that secret sauce that you...
What we make in-house is a Thai bird chili hot sauce. It takes about 2 weeks for it to actually ferment, and then this is actually a 9-month batch right now that we're sitting on, so it's extra spicy. Yeah, they're hot.
So can you believe it takes us sometimes 9 months to age a wonderful wine? This is the same as winemaking.
It can be in a sense, but we also cut it with compound butter, so it's not too spicy.
I
Because
see.
over time, things get hotter and hotter. So
For sure.
we keep using the same base as you would in sourdough starters. As you keep using for our hot sauce, we're on a 9-month fermentation base, so we keep reconning that into the
Brilliant.
sauce.
Very clever.
There's a
idea.
famous hot sauce out there called Frank's.
Not this
We've
one.
we've added the IE into Frankie's hot
Frankie.
sauce. So
Frankie is the
which
chef.
is going to become much more famous than Frank's.
But this is so exciting. So this is on Wednesday, Pete.
Wednesday, every Wednesday. We're open
So-
from 3 to 11. We do it all night just like the Oysters.
That's fantastic. So, Kara, of course, you're the expert of food and wine pairing. What shall we have?
All right, so what we have paired for this one is the Raymond Reserve Merlot. So what you would think normally would pair with wings is not necessarily Merlot, but the fun part about if you are a big red wine fan, you really want to gear spicier dishes to a wine like Merlot. We say like the Merlot is like the little brother to the Cabernet. So it tends to be softer, smoother, more elegant and delicate. It doesn't have that overpowered tan and structure that will be very aggressive with spicy foods. This is a softer, more velvet texture, which is why we chose it to go with wings. We wanted to kind of mix it up. There's not always a perfect pairing. There's not always a perfect recipe to food and wine. So if you really love red wines, but you want to pair with some spicy, Merlot is really a good way to go. And so I'm a huge fan of the Raymond Reserve Merlot. I've been drinking it for over 10 years now, and it's what really gravitated towards the Raymond portfolio. I say it's like the hidden gem of our whole book, just because it does have all the styles I love in Cab, but I didn't have to wait for the Cab to mature. I can enjoy it right at corkful. I can really find that nice finesse that I love in Cabernet, but it just has a little more of that juiciness, that berry. You get a lot more of those saturated fruits that can go complement with a whole more variety of dishes. Now, as you have learned over these, I love to eat as much as I love to drink. So I try to find the most versatile pairing
It's almost got a little spice. I mean, it's not. I don't want to say spicy and throw it off, but it's almost got a little like white pepper spice to it that I think.
Oh yeah, I absolutely agree. A
Very
nice
much
cooking
so.
spice to it.
Well,
Yes.
why don't you demonstrate? I know it's not easy to eat wings, but those are, and
gonna
with
try to
such a
make this
description, Peter, we're going to go for it.
We're gonna go for it. Everybody makes fun of me
And
when I
when
eat
chef
wings.
eats his own food,
why?
then I feel relieved.
Gotta
It's
taste
definitely
test.
not like a good first date kind of dish, but it is pretty classic and good. Oh gosh, that sauce is
Spicy.
fantastic.
The French don't like spicy. This is hot.
But you
I got to tell you,
It'll wake
Heat
you up.
is coming up. Heat is coming up. It's like 9 months waiting for a baby, I guess. But I would agree with you. The texture is amazing. Wow.
And the best
What do you
part
think,
about
Peter?
That was great, but
would
you know
be-
what? The spice really was picking up there, but people make fun of me when I eat wings because it goes all over my face. Sorry. But the velvety and smoothness of the wine, I think, really actually tones down the heat.
It really does. And so I think it's also the base part of the sauce because you almost get a fruit component that comes out of it. It could be, I don't know if what style of pepper is the base of it or like what initial part is, but you almost get a citrus cake or almost like a, I'm going to go back and see.
It's a Thai bird chili that we use, and we also, when we cook it with red wine vinegar and garlic.
Ooh.
Then we let that sit for about 4 hours. Then we blend it. Then we let it sit for about 2 weeks.
Wow.
And we normally cut it with butter. We make a sage compound butter, so it softens it out a little bit. But like I said, this is a 9-month fermentation, so you get the heat, but it doesn't linger.
Oh, I don't
you
get
know?
the heat. You see, I changed color. I used to be fairly pale.
As a big fan of spicy foods, I will say that this one has a nice component. It's not overpowering on the palate. You get a nice kick in the back.
Yes.
It's making JC sweat.
That's why we got to have more velvety Merlot.
Of
Yes.
course, to
partner
soften it
with it.
out, to really pair it out.
And do you see the color? I mean, what I'm very sensitive about with great chef is as well the attention to detail. Look at that gorgeous orange. Unbelievable. You really want to dip some of the vegetables in it
Yes.
too as well. Can we do that?
Of course.
Yeah.
My favorite's a celery. Sorry, Frankie.
No. I'm with you on that.
And Peter, you've paired it with a Merlot. That's part of the menu as well.
It is. We have the Raymond Merlot by the glass, as well as the JCB number 21. So, what we recommend is a glass of Merlot with 6 wings for $6.
Oh, I love
Come
it.
out for a glass of Merlot and 6 wings for.
And you
around
can
$20.
fly off the balcony here and land at Raymond Vineyards. That gives you wings to fly.
One of my favorite things that you mentioned with just a stone's throw from Raymond Vineyards is we got this great topography map downstairs in the lobby, and it shows all the regions of Napa Valley. So you can come up here on a beautiful day like this, and you can almost pick out those areas on the map and say, oh, that's exactly where Yountville is. Oh, that's exactly where Calistoga is. And you can see those areas with all the beautiful hills around us.
I mean, I could see
Mount
the red
St. Helena,
room
you can see
right
Mount St.
here.
Helena. Yeah,
Do you see the red room for here? We should have those wings
Oh, we should.
with this Merlot. Peter and Chef, and we are in
100%.
business.
Anytime.
Of course, anytime.
And if you haven't visited the Archer before, what you should know, it's right in the heart of downtown Napa. It is the tallest point. It's the tallest building in all of downtown, so you do get a perfect view of the whole valley. So it's definitely worth a visit on your next trip to come in and get the full experience of the valley while hitting some of the best spots in downtown. It's right the focal center. It is the city center. It's the heart of downtown Napa, which makes it very special. So you can't miss it. It's the tallest building that's around.
So talking about that, let's have our next moment with Peter as our host and look at one more thing.
Sounds great.
Yes.
We're still on the deck. Look at how amazing it is. The sunshine is coming in. We have an amazing view. And Peter, look at where we are.
There's nothing wrong with this.
Definitely
I could
not.
sit out here every day.
The dream of
beautiful.
Napa Valley. The Napa
You
Valley.
do actually.
I do.
You sit out here every day.
So that's the true lifestyle. Huh?
Oh, yes. It's a true lifestyle.
I need to start working for you, JC.
I love it. Well, I just came out of my room. Of course, that's my 3rd night here. And guess what I picked up?
A little Buena Vista?
What an exciting time. So you have those in every room now?
We do. It's part of our mini bar. So
Thank you so much.
You can enjoy. We have great balconies on a lot of our rooms here in the hotel. So even if you didn't want to come up here and enjoy these views, you can get a lot of the similar views
That's
from
true.
any balcony in the hotel that we have. And we have quite a few options as far as alcohol, beer, wine, and non-alcoholics that you can sit by a fire pit on your balcony and have a sip.
And which wine is that, Kara? Tell us all about it.
So this is the Chateau Buena Vista Cabernet Sauvignon that we have in the half bottle. So perfect for if you just want a little nightcap or a glass of wine just to enjoy with whoever you might be sharing this room with.
I hope you have 2 per rooms because just one would be for Kara and the other one would be for me.
It's true.
We would have to replace them. But you can get them from the room and come up. And on Thursday, seeing that you're here on a Thursday night, we have live music up on Sky Vine from 5 to 8.
That's great.
So come up.
And local
Have a nice
bands
cocktail.
or bands from all over Northern California?
More local than Northern California. One of the ones that is up here quite often is Smorgy. He plays at Farmstead as well, but he's here a couple times a month.
That's great.
At least once a month, but we try to stay as local as possible with the musicians.
So every night of the week, dear friends, we've talked about it, but before we go, Chef Frankie has a surprise. Look at this. This is the most amazing, flavorful beef jerky ever. So, Cara, maybe you want to try it, of
Ooh,
course.
yes, of course.
And Peter, you're going to have
This is my guilty obsession.
Yes,
I
Chef.
know.
100%.
So, Chef, tell us all about it.
So what it is, it's marinated flank steak for about 48 hours, and then we dehydrate it for 24 hours. It's got red pepper, chili flakes, soy, Worcestershire, garlic powder, onion powder, and we let it marinate for 48 hours, dehydrate it for 24, and it's got a shelf life of about 3 days, but we sell it that much that we make it every 3 days. just
And
about.
this is insane. What about with that cab?
It's great with the
Perfect.
cab.
It's excellent with the cab. So especially when you deal with a Cabernet Sauvignon, I touched on a little bit about how cabs typically have a large tannin structure. So it's that prickle feel that you get on the back of your palate. It sometimes will absorb all of the liquid out of your mouth. But when you pair it with something like a steak or something that does have a lot of texture to it, it'll help you salivate. So it'll keep that continuous flow to make everything just well together beautifully. And that's what I think has been done here. It has a pop of spice in there, just with a little bit of the chili flakes, which is excellent. Adds a great dimension to it. Has a great texture, because cabs are designed for sipping and for enjoying. And just like I find with beef jerky, it's something that you can savor over time. You really want to get the complexity of the flavors, really get the multiple layers, just like a good cab. So this is a great pairing with such as that.
And you want to drink more cabs, right, Peter?
Oh,
after
yeah.
this?
Yeah. It's like the wings.
Ooh,
Like the wings.
Has your mouth settled down from the wings yet? We're okay?
I'm trying. So, dear friends, what a great time. Peter, we want to thank you for your hospitality.
You're welcome.
Frank, for your incredible talent. We have a toast, of course, for Rafa, the best ever mixologist and 3-star Michelin chef as well, because he's done it all. And this amazing time here on the rooftop. And thank you so much for welcoming us, for being such a leader in the valley, for doing so many activities. Remember, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday night, which is today.
Don't forget one more. Wine Down Sundays.
Wine down Sunday.
We have a special selection of wines that we offer 50% off.
So while leaving Napa Valley, you come, you stay, you enjoy. So to the indulgence of Napa.
Yay.
Cheers.
Cheers.